you get when you roll with the poison donuts?
We left off. You guys are in Argonath, getting ready to rest in whatever they call an inn, which wasn't much of an inn, just barely standing, four-structured building that had some holes in the roof from a strange spinning object that had strafed the city not long ago.
No telling what that was. Could have been anything.
So whatever you want to do that evening, if you want to talk to Marst, because he's just sitting in his little lean-to, passing the time like he always does.
Yeah, Soul Wrench is definitely the kind that would, because he's always thinking strategically, and especially in matters of war and battle. And so he's definitely picking Marst's brain for all the intel that he possibly can gain without pissing him off or exasperating his patience too greatly.
Okay.
Good luck.
Roll persuasion.
15.
I mean, he shares some war stories with you, and goes into the Gith War and mentions stuff about the Lich Queen, and talks about the betrayal and his hatred for her and the council, and he goes into how much that Bekbar has alienated so many people, and he's surprised that all of them haven't ganged up and tried to kill him, because he's double-crossed everybody at every turn.
Mm-hmm.
So he's really surprised at that.
So Bekbar is either incredibly powerful on his own or has something over these people that continue to follow him.
Yes. And he mentions that there are these strange alliances that somehow seem to work, and that your best bet would be to try to separate these alliances, because there's no way that they can stand by themselves. But he says that's the long game, if you got an army and everything.
Short term, survive.
So I remember the part of the plan where I'm going to go in and pretend to be some big mucky-muck. But what's the rest of the plan? We don't really know. We don't really know where the Mind Flayer is being held. And getting in might be easier than getting out.
We're fairly adept at just fucking winging it.
As long as I know that's the plan. I thought there was maybe more to it.
Maybe. Perhaps others could put forth something.
There was talk of a distraction to help us either get in or get out. I wasn't really sure.
Weren't we going to knock down the tower wall or something?
Yeah, that was a possibility, but I wasn't sure what we were doing. We heard about there's a weakness in the wall. I don't know if that's enough of a weakness to bring down a tower, but it was something.
But it might not need to be enough of a weakness to bring down the tower, but maybe a blind spot, because if they don't necessarily question the strength of their fortification, we don't have to knock it down, but if we can get a hole big enough for us to get through, or if it's already crumbled to the point where there might be some kind of access through that way, then we may be able to get in more stealthily. But we wouldn't know until we're actually able to see what the fortification has to offer.
Yeah, I guess we can ask this guy if he knows what the we did learn that the prison's held underground, right?
Yeah, he said he said the prison's underground, and that's when you had the Badger discussion.
And we don't need to worry about getting out so much. Once we get Deathbringer or whatever his name is.
Yeah, that's his name.
Isn't he supposed to be powerful enough to kind of take it from there?
I mean, he's an assassin.
Yeah,
He is
were
being
thinking-
held by them.
we're going to signal him so that he knows not to try to kill us, but I don't know if he has independent means to get us all out. Because if he did, you think he might use it.
Unless he has some sort of, he's being held in some sort of nullifying field.
Wow. Well, that could be another little problem we'll have to overcome.
I imagine something kind of like Kai from Kung Fu Panda, the gray tiger.
I have no idea.
I mean, it occurs to
wrapped in a shell with like completely immobilized.
I mean, if we need a distraction, we can always send Hrothgar off to create a distraction since he can teleport back to us. He could be in a completely different part of the prison, making a distraction, and then teleport back.
That's not a bad idea. And then send him with some of my minions.
That's definitely a possibility. By myself, I could do it 3 times a day.
Well, and you're probably going to, I mean, I don't know if we're going to reach the prison and assault it on the same day we cross the river, but you're going to do it at least once to get yourself across the river.
Yeah.
How far is the prison from the river?
I knew that question was coming.
Well, I thought
According to the map, it's right next to it. But this map is not to scale.
It's
I thought one possibility was that I was going to carry Opportunity and the Pegacorn was going to carry Hrothgar.
Yeah, you can fit on the horse today.
Mars tells you it's approximately 5 miles from the river.
Okay, so depending on how tall the fortification and the weather, there's likely to be some good visibility. But we still enough to not necessarily draw too much attention.
Right. And if we want to try to breach the gate in the morning, we're going to have to leave really early to get there. Unless we want to go across the river and camp.
Yeah, but then we have to be careful about that because you mortals tend to enjoy your warmth. And we can't make a fire that close to the fort.
I mean, if it's only 5 miles, I don't know why we would cross the river until we were ready to attack it. I'd get 1 spell back since I'm going to turn into a fish to get across.
So what are the options on the table?
Well, I assume we were going to cross the river and go and try to scout it out a little bit to see if we wanted to try to break through the wall or brave just crossing through the gate in the morning when all the new people are on duty.
I mean, I'm pretty stealthy if you guys want me to go ahead and do that. I can cast Pass Without a Trace, and my stealth is super high. Although, I mean, we can all go with my Pass Without a Trace, but I know some of you are still allowed.
Yeah, Soul Wrench was not made for stealth.
So if you want me to scout something out, I can go ahead and do that. But what was I going to look at how weak is the tower to see if we could possibly cause enough damage to have it crumble to create a distraction?
Or if we could, even if we could punch a hole in the wall just to get
Oh, and just sneak through. Okay.
But both really.
Okay. I can do that.
And then we have these resources that we can call upon Azmodan for. Is that not?
True. I'm hoping that unless we get completely surrounded, we're not going to need those guys because I'd like to call demons to us as infrequently as possible.
I definitely agree with that.
So
No
is
need
there,
to be in Azmodan's pocket if we can avoid it.
is there like a whistle or something to blow to call these minions to our side? Or do we just shout at the air and hope?
I think he just gave us like a magic word or something.
Yeah,
Probably,
they're coming to get us, fuck.
Probably something really obscure, like Poonteen.
Some obscure sentence that would never be uttered otherwise. Something like Hrothgar is not drinking right now.
All right, so I think we should approach the river, and then I'll figure out how I should get across for the stealth run, and go take a look at that weak spot, and then come back and report to you guys. How does it sound?
Sounds fine.
Well, you guys are about 45 miles from the river at this point.
So how long will it take us to get there?
So
2 days?
probably about 2 days from Argonath.
Okay. You guys up for that?
Yep.
So
Do we need to do anything before we leave?
Not that I'm aware of.
have many drinks.
All right.
So
I'm going to cast Pass Without a Trace on us while we march.
So you head out early in the morning. Martz watches you leave. And the old woman says, "Don't get yourself killed."
Soul Wrench just kind of glares at her and releases a puff of green flame.
Don't let anyone resurrect you, you old hag.
All right.
She throws her broom at you.
She picks up a rock and throws it, and it misses.
This spry old woman. I like her.
So yeah, you guys head out the first day, and it's kind of the high desert. There's some scrub. It's a lot of brown, and then you come across. You're getting close to the end of the day. It's not the sun is still out, but it's getting close to dusk, and then you hit a patch where there's lots of green. Like the bushes are green. There's these small little trees that are growing that are green. There's patches of green grass, and it stretches all across your line of sight. So if you look to the west or to the east, it's like it just stretches across. It's about a mile long, and who knows how far it goes in either direction.
And how far is this from Argonath?
You guys are about 20 miles out.
Can I tell by the lay of the land if we're getting into the watershed or water table or whatever, like is it sort of a valley where the river is allowing this stuff to grow?
No, it seems very unnatural.
Okay.
And you've got Pass Without a Trace on, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you guys are moving, in the distance you hear a noise like a crunching. And as you're approaching, you look, and to your left, about 50 yards away, is this huge 11-foot beast. It's got quills, looks like a huge porcupine, but as big as like a grizzly bear. And it's crunching on something. It's got its back to you.
Does anybody recognize this?
Maybe.
Soul Wrench just looks at everybody and is like, "Is this normal for your world?"
No.
No,
Not that I'm aware of. This is an unnatural green space with a very strange monster in it.
Though I don't come north very often, so I don't.
So Volshovath makes his appearance, and my shoulder cannon is raised in anticipation for a fight.
Does it seem like it's noticed us?
No, it has its back too.
I wouldn't mind trying to talk to it. But maybe I'm in the minority.
Just seems like it's just an animal.
Maybe we can write it.
Can you describe it again? Does it look like a humanoid, or is it down on all four type of creature?
It's on its back legs, and you can see its front legs are moving like it's grabbing and it's eating something. It's as big as a grizzly bear, probably bigger, but it kind of has that form, except it has like porcupine quills coming out of it.
It's man bear pork.
Them's good eating.
I can try to flank it and come at it as if I was a lone traveler to see if I can talk to it. And if I look like I'm in trouble, you guys can blast it to preserve your surprise.
So Soul Wrench is hesitant to agree to that, and he says, "We are on a mission. We should not get distracted by the scenery or the fauna, whether it's natural or not."
Well, I'm sure we've got to get past this thing somehow, right?
Yes, but it hasn't noticed us, so let's just try and get by without drawing its attention.
It's awfully boring.
I mean, I'm fine if we want to attack it, or if you want to try to talk to it and befriend it, and then we can attack it.
Nobody wants to be friends with us. They don't last.
I'm just assuming that's not going to go as well as we're hoping, since he's in like the unnatural greenery of the north.
All right, I'm gonna give it a shot. Stay here, and I'm gonna head out to what direction are we going? We're going north, right?
Yep.
So I'm gonna go, I don't know, 60 yards to the east, and then go north, and then come around, so that my friends here are still in an advantageous position.
Okay.
And I'm gonna call out just a simple greeting in common. And with my hands open,
you don't get its attention.
Have you not seen Grizzly Man?
I have not. Is that the thing where the guy gets eaten?
Yeah. That's exactly what happened.
Well, he didn't have an exploding firebow.
One that's as likely to explode on him.
Yes. All right, I'm gonna shout a little louder.
Shout a little louder. Okay. So it slowly turns, and you can see it has it looks like a porcupine face, and it's got its nose in the air like sniffing. And then it looks and it sees you, and then as it turns, you can see it chomping down on some kind of foot.
Like a human foot.
Looks like a minotaur foot.
Oh, fuck minotaurs.
Wonderful. So you've got the attention of something strong enough to take down a minotaur and eat it.
And then
can I do some sort of insight check to see if I see any intelligence in its eyes, or if it seems more like a dumb animal? What am I gonna do?
Yeah, insight's fine.
I might start creeping forward a little bit closer to it.
I got a 22.
Okay, yeah, you surmise that this is a beast and is probably picking up on your scent and will want to eat you.
All right. Then I put my hand in the air like a fist, and I go like this, looking at my friends.
And this right here is my shock face when I realize it's just a beast who's going to try to eat us.
I run and assault it.
Okay. I would assume you guys are ready to action, so
I
Go
can't
ahead.
because I was walking with my hands up, but the three of them should be.
Right. Yeah. So everybody, just give me initiative rolls. We'll start with that, and then
Jesus.
I critted my initiative roll.
I did not crit. It's like we knew it's there somehow too.
You were so shocked.
That's right.
I feel like that's the first time I critted anything.
all right. Since you're on the ball, Theria, you go first.
All right. And I am going to. How far away am I from it?
Probably.
Does it look like it can reach me in one turn? In one of its turns?
Um.
I mean, I'm just making an educated guess. But...
No.
Okay. All right, then I'm going to blast it in the face with fire. Although, first I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark as a bonus action. Then I'm going to blast it in the face with fire. Just turn on my Hunter's Mark. First attack is a 30.
That is a hit.
Second attack is a 22.
That is a hit too.
Alright, damage roll. 14 and 13, so 27 fire damage.
All right. And next up is Rothgar.
Alrighty. Just double checking the properties of my axe. Alrighty. So, good thing is I didn't summon a demon to assault us as well.
Very good.
Alrighty. So first I am going to hex him. And I'll give him disadvantage on, I don't know, strength saving throws, just for the fuck of it, just in case. Sure, he's like real strong, so giving him disadvantage might be helpful if it comes to that. All right, first attack is a 15, unfortunately.
That is a miss.
Yeah. Alrighty, well, that's a natural 1.
Oh god.
Oh Jesus.
I don't want to use my inspiration this early on. But I might. I don't want to even risk moving this axe right now. Use inspiration. What the fuck? Come on. So 15 to hit again.
That's a miss.
Yep. I'm still dazzled by the brand new axe.
Yep. All right. Soul Wrench.
Well, seeing Rothgar brandish his new hexing ability, Soul Wrench's size, to show him how it's done. And calls out his words of power, Tartul Rakek, and a shadow version of himself flashes forward and wraps the creature up. So now I'm giving him disadvantage to dexterity. And then twin blasts fire from his shoulder cannons.
Okay.
So that is 25 and 20.
Hit.
And then that is 12 plus 8 is 20. 26 fire damage. Fire and necrotic. And then Soul Wrench is going to use his move action to fly up into the air towards the creature.
Okay. So describe to me what happens when you go to fly.
So my wings spring out from my back, unfolding.
Okay.
And then,
what do they look like?
big metal wings, kind of like Archangel, I imagine, from X-Men.
Okay. All right.
They don't look like chicken wings that might provoke.
Or bat wings.
No. Although it would be cool if they were just like the skeletal type of wings from like Diablo of the Fallen Angels. That'd be kind of cool.
Like, yeah, because I was thinking like solid metal wings or something.
Yeah, kind of like that, but multifaceted so that they can fold and everything.
I always sort of pictured like Starscream, like you just fold up and then you're a fighter jet.
Okay. All right. So it is the beast's turn. It lets out this loud howl,
Uh-oh.
and then it goes to attack Rothgar.
Bring it.
Since he's right there. So 2 claw attacks and 2 26s
Sure.
are 2 hits. I need more dice.
That's never something you want to hear the DM say.
Okay. So the first, this huge claw, 30 on the first hit.
Oof.
And the second one is 37.
Sure. Yeah.
And then it goes to bite you. 27.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And that is only 8 piercing damage. So it should have been, I think, 67 slashing and 8 piercing.
Yeah. I got a nap.
Oh, cool. Oh, see? All right.
That's red is bad.
Technically, Rothgar should make 3 concentration checks.
Yep.
Oh yeah, to maintain your hex.
Concentration sucks.
Concentration's my shit.
Yep.
Yep.
I don't know what I need to make though.
It's half the damage or 10 if 10 is higher.
Right.
So the bite would have been 10. I forget what the 2.
30
I
and
think-
37.
Yeah, so
So
15,
15 and
16. You round down usually.
Okay.
All right. So let's go for the bigger one was a 16.
Yeah.
Boy, my math sucks.
Well, that's unfortunate. I got a 14.
Okay.
I think considering the fact that you lost half your health, you losing your concentration is the least of your worries right now.
All right, Sully, you're up. And
Okay. I'm gonna move 30 feet behind Rothgar, and I am gonna cast telekinesis and lift the thing 30 feet into the air, or 25 feet into the air. I'm gonna keep it so that it's sort of facing its spines on its back, like away from us.
okay.
So it has to make a strength or dexterity check, and I have to make a spellcaster check.
and dexterity is at a disadvantage now.
Right. I got a 29, so
All right, so it's got to make a strength check. It fails.
it's 25 feet in the air.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Okay. And you hear in the distance a howl just like this creature gave.
God damn it.
That's what I was afraid of.
All right. Theria, you're up, and Rothgar's on deck.
Hopefully it's
I
just
feel like these things are not only bear porcupines, but also like prairie dogs.
I'm hoping there's just 2 of them. This one and its mate.
Hopefully
How's
this
this thing-
is the baby.
How's this thing looking?
You've definitely done some damage, but it's holding up pretty well.
All right. One of my new spells. All right. Let's see how this works. Sorry. All right. I'm gonna cast Lightning Arrow as a bonus action,
Okay.
which adds 48 lightning damage if I hit, or half as much if I miss. So let's take an attack roll here. 24.
That is a hit.
Alright, so the bow damage is 16. 17. So 17 plus 16 is 33. So 33 damage with the first shot. And I'm going to fire again. 23.
Yep.
And that is 15 fire damage.
Yeah, so you lay into it pretty good, blasting it both times as it is now levitating in the air.
Flying a pinata.
Rothgar.
Alrighty, well, I can't hit it.
You could jump up and try to whack it.
Not 20 feet in the air.
Don't you have a sword that you can throw that returns to you?
Well, it's not. I'm not attuned to it anymore.
Or do you have any warlock powers you can use?
No, I have one spell slot.
Yeah, but don't you get cantrips?
Oh, I took melee cantrips
Why would you not take Eldritch Blast?
because I wasn't going to get any more levels in warlock. So, like, Eldritch Blast is useless without the evocations.
Oh, I mean, still would have been like 2d10, 3d10
Yeah.
at your
Well,
level.
oh wells. I'm gonna second wind.
I mean, I can lower it down to you, but then it would be in its melee range and able to claw at you again.
I get 20 hit points back. And I'll ready in action for the next time it or another one is within my range. I will assault them.
Nice.
That's fine.
Okay, Soul Wrench.
All right, I'm moving to within about 15 feet of it, and I'm going to continue my assault of Eldritch Blasts. 21 and critical.
Here we go.
At least everybody else can roll over 10.
All right, so for the non-critical damage, I can reroll that. So that is 12, 13 for the first attack, 13 fire necrotic damage, and then the other one is, and I can reroll that. 14 plus 4 is 8, 18, 24.
Okay, roll percentage.
14.
Okay, you just look cool. You're badass.
Yeah, I am. And now I'm going to use my bonus action to whip out Shavath and lasso this creature. And then so that's a 21 to hit.
Yep.
And then 2 additional necrotic damage as the energy courses through Bolshavath, eating into its flesh.
Okay, so the creature howls in pain. You can tell that it is hurting really bad at this point. It is bleeding profusely. I don't get a save it doesn't get a save or anything from the levitation, right? Telekinesis, it's just up there, right?
Until on my turn, if I maintain it, it gets another attempt to break free, but not on its turn.
Okay. And it just lets out another loud howl. Sully, you're up.
Okay, I will attempt to maintain it. That was good. 19.
Okay. So I got to beat a 19.
Mhm.
Natural 20.
Okay, it wins. So I lose my grip on it. I don't
Okay.
necessarily lose my spell, but it now falls 25 feet.
So it's what, 2d6 damage?
Yep.
Go ahead, roll.
And then Rothgar will get his ready to action. 9 points of falling damage.
Unless it falls on him.
That's true.
Okay, go ahead, Rothgar.
I didn't move underneath him.
Yeah.
I don't. One of the things I'm unsure of is whether or not I get all of my attacks on a readied attack action.
Well, just roll the first attack.
4.
4.
15 again.
It is technically since it's fell prone, so you should have advantage.
That's true.
There you go.
Let's see.
Even with the 20?
Huh?
It rolled a 20 to break out of it. Doesn't get some sort of like nice Iron Man stance when it lands.
No, we don't want that. With advantage, I crit.
So, well, interesting scenario because it's technically grappled by Volshova, and so it fell, but it's probably not going to fall straight down, and it's kind of pull me down a little bit with it, unless Soul Wrench is able to hold its weight up. But even then, it would be. So yeah, I don't know how that works.
What's your
Yeah.
strength score?
18.
So 18 times 15 is your carry weight, and is double that is your lift weight. 18 times 30 is your lift weight. If you want to.
What is this?
540. Probably not enough.
Man, bear, porcupine way.
Plus,
Um,
this is not like a straight lift. This is something falling that you're like awkwardly being.
Yeah, close to 2,000 pounds.
Yeah.
So to pull you down a little bit.
So did you end up hitting it or not?
With advantage, I crit.
Okay. It's dead.
Cool. Because that was a lot of damage.
Yeah, it had 1 hit point after the fall.
That was 27 damage.
Yes, it is very dead. And you guys can hear brushes breaking, and you can hear some kind of thunderous noise headed your way on the ground.
Is there anywhere that we can take cover around here?
Yeah, behind the thing. Behind the now dead thing.
You can hide behind the thing. I want like a tree or a brush or something.
I'm going to use the telekinesis because it just lasts until I lose concentration on it to fly up 20 feet.
Okay.
I thought you said you were going to pick it up, throw it. So is there anywhere around that looks like I can hide?
Yeah, there's some scrub brush that you could probably hide behind. Just have to make a hide check. Do they have hide checks still?
Stealth.
Stealth, thank you.
All right.
So me and Sully are just chilling in the breeze, in the air.
Yeah, I'm just hovering.
I've got Mask of the Wild too, which makes it so that even if there's only a tiny bit of foliage, I can hide. I just need to make my stealth check.
Okay.
19.
Yeah, you are very well hidden at this point. So you see another one of these creatures on all fours charging at you guys.
I'm going to
Wow.
cast light just to make myself more noticeable than everybody else.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna take a shot at it. Do I get any kind of surprise firing from a hidden position?
No, I don't think so.
All right, then I'm gonna move my hunter's mark over and take a shot. 29.
Yep.
Second attack is a 16.
Just misses.
All right. The damage. That's just good. Is 14. And if I'm, oh no, I can't. I already used my bonus action. Never mind.
Okay, Rothgar, what are you going to do?
Does it see me?
Yes. Yeah, you're standing right next to the dead one. Yeah.
All right, then.
Oh, it sees you.
I'm just going to assume that it wants to eat me as well and just try and kill it first.
Okay.
Come on, you fucking dice. Much better. Much better. 28 to hit.
Yep.
For 15 damage. And then natural fucking 20. Damage is slightly lackluster, but all right. 14 damage. And percentage is just an 18.
Okay. You're a badass, but you knew that.
I crit, so I get a third attack.
That's correct.
21 to hit.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to reroll this 1 into a 3. Yay. 10 slashing.
All right, Soul Wrench.
So I'm gonna use my bonus action to move my hex to this creature, and give it disadvantage to strength. And then I'm gonna continue my barrage of Eldritch Blasts. So that's gonna miss. That's a 14, and so I shoot wide both times.
Okay.
Is it? Oh no, never mind. I don't have any more action.
Sully, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to do the same thing, basically. Land and then grab it with the telekinesis and try to lift it up.
Okay.
Say 10 feet this time. 24.
And it has disadvantage on what? Strength?
Yep.
But not Dex.
Can use either, I believe.
Right. So I'll use Dex this time. And
No, oh, wait. Who hexed? Did somebody hex this one?
yeah.
I
Okay.
did.
All right.
Yeah. So it doesn't make it. It got a total of 20. So it is now lifted in the air 10 feet. Theria, you're up.
I'm gonna kill it with fire. First one is a 16. That's a miss, right?
Yep.
Second one is a 17.
That's a hit.
That's a hit. 13 fire damage. That's all I got.
Rothgar,
Alrighty.
it's 10 feet in the air.
I'm not sure I can reach that.
I can dip it down to you if you're ready to attack.
Yeah. Already. Bring it in.
Okay.
I'll ready my attack to hit it when it comes down.
Okay. Soul Wrench.
Once again, I'm going to go within 15 feet of it. Blast it with Eldritch Blast. 20 and 17.
Hit.
Excellent. So 9 plus 4, 13. 14 for the first one. Wait a minute, why did I roll that one twice? 2 plus 4 is 6. 10 damage for the second one.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use my bonus action to wrap it with Bolshavath for 24, 25, dealing 9 necrotic damage.
All right, Sully. Now it's your turn.
I'm gonna lower it until it's within range of the axe.
Okay.
That's let's see here. 20 to hit for the first attack.
Yep.
14 slashing.
Mhm.
Second attack. God, fuck you. 15 to hit.
Get them all out now.
And then because I'm essentially just teabagging Rothgar, I'll lift it back up.
All right. On that note,
All right. Theria, you're up.
not sure I can top that. Do we hear any other monsters approaching?
Nope.
All right, then I'm going to cast another lightning arrow. Take a shot. All right, first one is a 28.
I'm sorry. Technically, it should have had another attempt to escape, and it is only strength. I just looked it up.
Oh, okay.
So it would have had to have beaten an 18.
An 18 at disadvantage.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, with disadvantage, it does not make it.
Okay.
No problem.
But I did 30 lightning damage and 13 fire, so 43 with the first arrow.
Yeah, it's very dead. It's now a burnt. You smell burnt hair.
Yeah, maybe that was overkill. I'm so excited to use my lightning arrow, though. This is the first time I've used it.
Yeah. So now you have 2 of these beasts that are dead.
Can I look for what's left of the Minotaur to see if it was carrying anything, if it had any armor or pouches or anything like that?
If you want to make a investigation roll.
Sure.
Soul Wrench quips, you just had to try to talk to it.
I got a 6.
There's a couple fingers that haven't been eaten that you find.
Any rings on any of those fingers?
No.
Nah. Let the smart ones do this one.
You can always cut the beasts open. Let's see what's inside. Maybe they swallowed all the rings already.
I think that's a great idea. I'll do that if nobody else wants to. I'm going to cut their guts open. Did I do a nature check or survival?
I would say survival.
All right, 19.
You figure out exactly where their stomach should be and slice it open, and there's a foul stench. And there's a lot of fur in there. And it looks pretty nasty.
Nothing shiny.
Not that you can see.
Anybody want to dive in?
I mean, I'll walk over and look, but I'm not actually going to touch the inside of them. And I thought they smelled bad on the outside.
On the outside.
Nice.
Well, maybe they have a lair. Maybe you should track them back to their lair. Maybe they I don't know how these things live. Maybe they build nests like birds and find shiny things.
Well, we've already walked 20 miles. I think we need to find some place to camp for the night.
Like their nest.
Well, we do know which direction it came from. And we should be able to guess based on the howl and how long it took to get to us, how far away it came from.
Maybe they got like a whole bunch of little man bear porks for us to take with us.
Okay. Can we triangulate back based on the howl and the time that it took for it to run to us? You know, about how far we need to walk to look.
You could try that with advantage. Go ahead and roll survival.
I got 2 5s. Son of a bitch.
It's a lot harder than it sounds. You're just kind of walking through the brush area and the greenery. It's hard to see where they would be living. There's no obvious nest or den or small cottage.
So, Soul Wrench says, thanks, Theria. Not only did you cause us a distraction that lost us valuable time for making camp or getting closer to the river, but now we can't even find this thing's shelter. All because you wanted to talk to it.
To be fair, I was about ready for a rest anyway. We don't want to rest in an area with giant porcupines running around.
Think of this area as clear enough.
Although we probably don't want to like rest right next to the corpses since they'll draw in other things.
No, we walked off. We walked off in the direction of where the thing came from. So maybe walk another mile and then camp.
Yeah, I think that sounds good.
I'll take the first watch.
I'll take the second.
Would this walk be long enough for me to get a short rest?
No, we're walking to a rest.
And I hope it didn't take us 4 hours to walk a mile.
And then one of us would have to carry you.
Short rest should only be like an hour.
It's 4 hours in this game. It's 3 hours if you have the magic owl bear.
Which I do.
That's right.
Where have you been carrying that thing?
It's on my back.
Your backpack mail.
You better check it. Your wings came out. You might have tore a limb off.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, so you guys set up a camp outside of this green area back into the high desert. It does get a little bit chilly at night, but not enough for you to want to go and get inside those big porcupine things you killed. You do hear some howlings of those beasts, but nothing ever seems to approach. And you are now rested. It is the next day.
Nice. All right, so we're about 20 more miles to the river.
Yep.
So it seems like we're probably going to wind up getting to the river and getting across it today. We should probably consider doing our scouting later today and then actually trying the assault tomorrow unless circumstances require otherwise.
Yeah, it might be better for me to scout at night.
But for now, to the river.
Okay. So you guys are moving across essentially the same scenery. And a couple miles out, you notice that you start to see more green, and you can tell that this is related to the river area, as there are now birds flying around, some tall grass. You actually walk through some marshy spots, but not enough that you would be concerned. And you reach the river.
What time of the day is it?
It is about the same time that you reach the green. So it's about dusk. It's getting close to dark.
Can we see to the other side of the river?
Yes.
How far is it?
This spot in particular is about a mile across.
And can we actually see rotting corpse from here?
No.
Okay.
Well, that's somewhat of a good sign.
Yeah, we should probably all cross together then. So I'll take Hrothgar on Felaroff.
Okay.
Oh, I just break off into a Ronin dive. Boosh. And it starts swimming.
That's terrific. So I'll grab opportunity as best I can and take wing.
Okay. What's your flight speed?
30.
Okay. All right. You go to
minus
take.
60.
You get up and take flight, and when your metal wings come out, you hear a noise and they fall off. They plummet to the ground and splash into the water, and as you're falling, you feel this essence and this sense, and these dark black demon wings appear and start to catch you just as you're about to hit the water, and you start flying upwards. Your flight speed is now 40.
Okay.
I'm sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Well, definitely something worth assessing when I have actual ground beneath me.
Right.
It's a good thing in that I right now have an intelligence of 1, and something hitting the water might attract my attention.
Nice.
Yes, the big shark comes out and nails it. Crunch.
So now Soul Wrench is trying to get used to this feeling of actually having to flap his wings.
Yep.
So I'm going to try to fly as comfortably low as I can, so that I'm not casting any kind of image.
Okay. Yeah, you guys all safely make it across.
Yep.
So, Sully, you probably stop, make a zigzag, and pick up some fish along the way.
Oh, when I was diving into the water, my thought was, I want to eat Felaroff. So that's it. I'm swimming underneath the whole time. Just
Oh,
looking-
okay.
waiting for him to swoop low enough.
And we are flying pretty low, so
Theria probably has a couple of bruised ribs from Hrothgar, like eyes clenched. Not like that.
Meanwhile, we see the occasional breaching of a great white.
All right. You are now on the other side.
okay. What did we say? It was going to be another 5 miles.
Yeah, I said about 5 miles from the river.
So when we have we landed? Are we going by foot now, or?
Which of us at this time of night would be less visible? You, Soul Wrench, or me on my white horse? Like, are you reflective, or are you sort of dark metal?
No, it's kind of matte black armor, but there are runes and etchings that kind of dimly glow blue and green.
Well, I'm thinking one of us should probably fly straight up to see if we can see how far away rotting corpses from here. I'm just wondering which of us would be less likely to draw some attention.
I probably have the smaller silhouette.
All right, so you want to take a look?
Sure.
Okay. So you're going to fly out to
I
get
was
an
thinking
overview?
just fly straight up, to see if we could see far enough away where we could see the castle.
Yeah, once you fly high enough, you can see the fortress in the distance. There's some kind of there are more trees and scrub on this side of the river, but about a mile around the fortress is nothing, just dirt.
Okay.
I mean, if you want, while you're scouting, I can change into a giant owl, which actually may make you smarter, because they have an intelligence of 8. But then you get dark vision 120 feet and advantage on perception checks.
I'm thinking maybe we can scout. We can all go up to the tree line, and then have whoever scout from there. That make sense?
Well, if we're gonna have someone scouting, you're probably the best bet, because I have a feeling even transformed into a giant snowy owl, Soul Wrench will find a way to fuck that up.
I'm sure it would be a very unusual feeling for him.
All right, so I'm going to put on my pass without a trace for the last couple of miles here.
Okay.
Get us to the tree line. And then if we do that successfully, then I'm going to think about scouting.
So, as we're walking or traveling, I start examining these strange new wings that have sprouted forth from me. And they're like fleshy and living.
Yes.
So this is a strange sensation to feel like the organic creatures do, and so it's taking Soul Wrench some getting used to, because he hasn't felt pain in the same way that organic creatures have, or even this strange sense of touch.
I yank on him.
Soul Wrench very quickly brings Spolshavath to your throat and says, "Don't do that, Rothgar. I like you, but I will cut you."
I'll keep that in mind.
So are you guys going to walk to like a mile out where there's nothing, like where the trees are, and then scout ahead, or just kind of like hang there and watch, or what?
I think we were sort of leaning towards the plan of letting Theria go and scout while we hide in the tree line.
Okay.
Yeah, if Theria wants someone to come, I'll come.
Well, what might be good, actually, would perhaps be that Theria goes, and then Sully, you use your power to transform Rothgar into the owl. That way, if they do run into danger, they could quickly teleport back to you.
I mean, I'm an automatic 20 on my stealth. That's the lowest I can get once I have pass without a trace. So I'm not super
Is this
worried about
3-5?
that.
What's going on?
Whereas
Less.
in giant owl form, Hrothgar wouldn't have the armor penalty anymore. So his lowest would be 15.
Okay.
Stealth, if you roll the 1.
It's almost like you're setting down a challenge for him.
Right, but he would.
So
be
here's a question.
slightly dumber, 3 points dumber in giant owl form.
But here's another question: is would he, if he needed to end the effect on himself, to use his ability because it's linked to his equipment, correct?
Yeah, that's true.
So would he have the ability to end that effect himself, or does that require you to end your concentration?
Pretty sure it requires me to end my concentration.
Hmm.
You might not even be able to hold it that far because the thing is another mile.
Yeah, it's actually, it doesn't, it's not, who I can cast it on is limited by range, but once you're in that form, you're just in that form until the spell ends.
Hmm.
But I wouldn't know that he was like in danger to cancel it unless I could see him or something. So
Right.
that is a bit of an issue.
Well, Theria, you could, if there were danger, you could fire your firebow into the air and signal the need for help, and then Sully would be able to end his concentration.
I do feel like
That would alert everyone in the castle.
the giant owl only has 19 hit points. I feel like if he were in trouble, he'd lose those 19 hit points pretty quickly and revert to himself. Or either that, or he could fly away at 60 speed.
And screech at you.
I mean, a giant owl is large. You could actually jump on the back of the giant owl and fly away.
I'm pretty quick at this point. I've got fleet of foot, which means I can basically take 3 moves per turn. If I don't attack, like if I'm just trying to get away. So, are you coming with me, Hrothgar?
Sure.
All the
Just
talk.
stay,
Nobody's
just stay, clo-
Rothgarpy wants to
Who's
be an owl.
coming with me?
stay close to me so that you benefit from my pass without a trace.
Yeah.
You have to be within 30 feet of me. And it
Yeah.
adds plus 10 to your stealth checks.
All right.
All right, so where are we in relationship to the corner that we think it was weakened?
Basically, where you guys are set
That
up
was the
is
northwest tower, right?
yeah. Basically, where you guys are set up is you're like directly in front of it, so you can kind of see the front gates.
So we're south of the castle, right?
Yeah.
So if we want to get to the northwest, we have to go around to the west, past the
Yep.
southwest tower,
Yep.
and then to the northwest tower.
Yep.
Okay. All right, so we'll do that and take somewhat of a wide berth.
Okay. All right. So as you guys are moving out, and you don't travel too far till you see a party that is headed to the wood line. You can tell that there are 3 figures. They're all holding torches, and there's a 4th one that does not have a torch. And they're all walking in that direction.
Are they heading towards where Sully and Soul Wrench are, or are they turning towards us?
They're headed to the wood line where the other group is.
Shit. Do I have any spells if you do anything? How far away are we from them? From our group, not from the guys that are coming.
Oh yeah, from your group, I would say you're about 300 feet. So you hadn't gotten very far before you realized this group was coming.
All right, can we get back to them before they get to them?
Yes.
And then how close will they be at that point?
They'll probably be a couple 100 feet from you guys.
All right. So Hrothgar, you can't speak now, but you can still understand me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he can understand common.
So I'm going to say I think we should head back and just peck once if you agree or twice if you think we shouldn't.
I'll headbutt you, you know.
All right, so we're gonna head back, and when we get there, what do you say? We still have another 100 or 200 feet or so.
Yeah, still another couple hundred feet, but it doesn't look like they're headed to your group. Like they're making a beeline for you guys. They're headed to a different direction.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
East or west of us?
They're headed to the east of you guys.
So there's this group, 3 of them with torches, 1 of them's not. They're heading to the east of us. It's possible they're heading to a path, or they might be a guard, like a sentry. But I would imagine that 4 of them, like this, seems almost like there's an important person with them. It may be worth our while to ambush them and see if we can take something from them that might help us get inside. But I think we're going to have to make a decision quickly. So what do you guys think?
Hrothgar hoots with excitement.
So wait, have we all regrouped at this point?
Yeah, I just said that to you guys.
Okay.
So
Well,
here's what I'm proposing. We can either go attack these guys and see if there's something on them that can help us get in, or we can ignore them and the 2 of us can continue on our stealth mission.
I mean, you
If
saw
we
them,
do
so-
this, we have to be committed to go now. There's no more time to plan or anything, because if this is a guard watch or a scout, then they are bound to be reporting back at some point, and there's not going to be a large window for us to plan our next movement.
True. What do you think, Sully?
I mean, you got the impression there was someone important with him.
Well, one of them wasn't carrying a torch, so maybe he's a captain of the watch. Maybe he's some important person who's got bodyguards. I'm not sure. It wasn't easy to tell. It's dark.
I mean, the way I see it, if things go sideways, we can always retreat a great distance and come back in a week. So I don't know that we're that time sensitive on this. So might as well see what they have to offer us.
Okay. Solrench, you all right with this?
I'll follow the group.
Hrothgar, are you in?
And then because I'm essentially just teabagging Hrothgar, I'll lift it back up.
And